Welcome. Welcome to the July 16th, 2026, the taco or nacho edition. Before going into today's topic, I first want to say that I need to go back to do this more often because I just do. Um, First topic I want to bring up is the fact that America loves Freddie. At the beginning of the World Cup, a German came over and was posting prolifically on Threads, X, and Instagram. And Americans across the platforms fell in love with him. And he became so enamored with America and America enamored with him that now polling of opinions that Americans have on Germany is up 13% than it was before the World Cup. And because Germany took an exit before they expected to take an exit, he had his ticket. He was expecting to be here through the final. He really thought Germany was going to win it all. So he just posted on social media, "Hey, I've got free time, happy to go around." And now Americans across the country are embracing him. And all I have to say is, I've loved following you, Freddie, and I love the fact that anything that improves relations between Germany and the United States, I approve of. Yay! 12 hours ago, I was talking with my friend Denise, who works at our alma mater, Co College, and we got to talking about networking, software, and so forth. And it reminded me that back when I was at Co in the late 90s, um, Co ran what's called Novell NetWare. And while I was talking to Denise, I couldn't remember the name Novell NetWare. I knew we were not running on Windows, and I actually had gone for training on Novell NetWare, and I was ready to take the certification test. And before I took the test, more news came out that made it clear they were going to be screwed. And so it's kind of like you're getting certified in something that nobody cares about. So why do it? If there's a lesson in all this, the reason that Novell NetWare basically got put out of business is that Microsoft was offering their networking software for free. And so pretty much from Windows 95 on, Novell NetWare was dead company walking. So me trying to go into it in 1999, that was a big mistake. Now to the topic. On Monday, Trump announced a straight tax. He wanted to put a 20% tax on all the shipping going through the Strait of Hormuz, which is incredibly unwieldy, not possible. There's no toll booth at the exit of the strait that you can slide up and do easy pass or whatever. It would have been an administrative nightmare to begin with. Also, the precedent it would set of countries being able to charge you passing through an international body of water, it's a horrible precedent. It's why Rubio, Vance, etc. had all said that there will be no charging tolls on the strait. And then Trump said, we're going to do it. I checked major newspapers in Qatar, Saudi Arabia, and the UAE. Because I'm just curious, what's the leadership of those countries saying? And pretty much every country was like, yeah, no way. No way, not going to happen. We're not paying any toll. Not going to happen. On Tuesday, Trump backtracked, which is what he normally is going to say, and he in his backtrack, he said, "Well, they're promising investment." I don't, and he's like, "Well, I talked to many leaders, whatever." I don't think he talked to any of them. I think he used the term, emirs, that whatever. The only country that uses the term emir as their leader, I believe, is Qatar, and I don't think he even talked to the leader of Qatar because they were just like, "Yeah, this is not going to happen. Just not going to happen, sir." And so then he's like, "Well, they've promised investment, so that's enough," because everyone around him said, "Can't do this, can't do this." So the question is this a typical taco? Because it was Tuesday. Was this Trump always chickens out taco, or a new phrase that's definitely at play now? Was it a nacho? Not a chance Hormuz opens. Well, the early answer to this is it's a nacho because the strait didn't even have a chance to be open long enough to remotely hit 1/3 of the pre-war traffic. So as you can see here, this is the whole all the time where the strait was closed, virtually no traffic through. The strait opens up, it a few ships get through, and then of course it's closed again. Now, nothing about this is good. There's no good news in the strait being closed yet again. But there is something very different this time. The difference is a lot of differences. One, I am speaking completely with no inside information whatsoever on this. I absolutely believe the UAE government has some type of side deal with Iran because even at the height of Trump saying I'm going to bomb them to oblivion yet again on Sunday and Monday, the airlines from the UAE not only didn't change any of their plans, all the planes kept flying, but I even screenshot some of the fly-to-buy planes, shorter distance planes, literally flying over Iran to get back to Dubai. So the UAE seems to have absolutely no concern for the civil aviation, which just means, hey, you don't, they have, of course they're concerned for the civil aviation, but because of whatever agreement, because of some side thing, there was no concern. And pretty much Qatar and Bahrain also was doing the same thing. That just tells me that Iran is going to go after purely American assets now, our bases, our facilities, and that they've perhaps made some type of promise to the leaders in this region that we're not against you, we're against America. And in fact, uh, the Iranians even sent out condolences for the founder of Qatar, the father of the current emir, passed away last week, and they sent condolences on this. So it's kind of like now perhaps the UAE, perhaps the Middle East has come together in some weird way. So that's trying to end things on a positive note. But I don't want to end things on a positive note. I want you to be angry. So let me give you something to be angry about. Check out MS Now. There is a Carol Linning story. She's an amazing reporter, and she has found out that the Secret Service, even though they really don't go to the press, they try their best to keep things down low, try not to complain. They were asked to go by Air Force Two helicopter, Marine Two, take Vance's son to a baseball practice or golf practice. I don't know, it doesn't matter. But it's just the fact that using Air Force Two for golf practice. Wow. And you have Kash Patel flying to see his girlfriend and flying her around and whatever. You have Trump with his plane. You have, yeah. And because I really do want to get you angry, another post I'm going to do is before Argentina plays. Remember when we promised Argentina $40 billion and hey, we're going to get that money back. It's 100% safe. Don't worry about it. And we're going to bring in Argentina beef to compete with American beef. It's all good. We love Argentina. There will be no issues, whatever. Well, that was a lie. And that's a story that's not being reported anywhere, but I will make a separate post about it because I think it's a story that needs to be told. On that note, I wish you well, and I really do need to make one more post. If not today, you'll see it tomorrow. I promise. I'm back to daily for a while. Bye.